Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be talking about how climate change is impacting food webs in the California coast. So, what areas of the coast are most affected? Pelagic environments are more affected than open ocean. This is mainly because pelagic environments are closer to the surface of the water, they're near the coast, and this is where the sun's heat can directly affect the biodiversity and creatures in that water. Open ocean is less affected because it has less light penetration and less biodiversity. Beaches, kelp forests, coastal wetlands, and estuaries are the main areas that are affected on the coast. Okay, what are the main oceanic changes? So, the main ones are deoxygenation, warming, and acidification. Basically, warmer water holds less dissolved oxygen, and this causes the molecules to move faster and faster, causing oxygen to escape. And so, this is why if the temperature goes up, the oxygen levels go down. And then with pH goes down, meaning it gets more acidic, the water, when temperature goes up. This leads to overpopulation or decimation of trophic levels. It could either affect an organism by causing them to overpopulate, or they could just completely be wiped out because of the change. What are the creatures being most affected? So, on the producer level, it's algae, seaweed, and kelp. And on the consumer level, it's crabs, starfish, pelagic fishes, otters, sea urchins, krill, and sea lions. When producers are affected, it really affects consumers because of bottom up cascades. And this is where pretend kelp is just wiped out due to climate change. That means that what are sea urchins going to eat and then what are otters going to eat? So, a bottom up cascade is where the producer level is affected and then therefore affecting all the levels above it in a food web. So, what are the effects on creatures? Hypoxia is a huge one where creatures can't get enough oxygen to survive, and this causes them to migrate to areas where there's more oxygen. It could cause a loss of habitat where maybe pretend seaweed takes over and fish don't have anywhere to hide. So they have to go somewhere else because their habitat is no longer safe for them. And another one's embryo development. When pH and temperature changes, that causes embryos to not be able to even develop. So that's when species start to become endangered. Um, Another example is how kelp decreases with temperature. Kelp levels Kelp does not like warmer water, they like colder water. So when areas that are usually cold become warm, kelp tends to die off, and this causes a whole ripple effect in kelp forests. Okay, thank you for listening. I hope you learned a lot from my presentation.